It starts off so harmlessly, and I don't mean anything by it, really. I mean, when you're 43 years old, have 3 kids, a husband, and responsibilities, who figures out on finding any excitement, too? You know, except maybe that bad excitement, like when you hit the brakes too hard and your blood vessels, they get this little yeehaw! All right. It's true. I have been noticing men a lot lately. Don't ask me why, but I've just suddenly become fascinated with men's arms. You know, their forearms. Lightly feathered. Those lines of tendons. And that little patch of muscle right above the elbow. You know, the one that women just don't have. And I've been noticing them everywhere, at gas stations, at restaurants. You know, in the middle of the aisle, the frickin' Kmart. It's embarrassing, I know. I'm lusting right in the middle of the lawn and garden. Since Freud's analysis of the subconscious, there have been several theories that argue its ability to better people's lives. Recently, psychologists have become more convinced that accessing the subconscious is more important to the achievement of our own happiness. However, what happens when that subconscious fights and defies the trust and relationships in which we have developed and relied on to define us? The following illustrates the overwhelming battle of the conscious and subconscious, and argues that although some may feel that it is important for us to access our own hidden desires, it is only by accepting our own peace in which we can find true happiness. After the Wink, by Carolyn Agosta. Well, anyways, I'm just sitting here at this coffee shop, minding my own business, just reading my book by Robin Hemley, and well, it makes me laugh out loud. So I take a look around to see if anybody notices, and well, there's this man staring at me, and oh, he is cute too. He's sitting at one of those tables just reading a magazine, and now it's not just any magazine, it's the New Yorker. The guy is literate, for crying in the sink. Well, I give him a little smile. Then I go back to my book. I cross my legs, straighten my back, knockers up, my aunt used to say. I place my hand on my chin, arching my neck slightly. You know, this is supposed to be body language for I'm interested or something like that. Then this lady in the front makes this huge mess by spilling all her coffee, so that's when I take a look at Mr. Hottie, and he's looking at me, and then, God help me, I wink. Now it's just a little wink, just a tiny little acknowledgement that I'm there, and he's there. We both see humor in this situation, but that is it, I swear. But that's enough. Because next thing I know, he's coming towards me with this raised eyebrow look, asking if he can join me, and I'm nodding, thinking I can't believe this. And he sits down next to me, and his forearms flex as he leans forward to talk to me in low tones, which require me to lean forward too. And pretty soon I know it's gotten to be an hour later. Well, it's really time for me to go, so he walks me to my car, and he tells me to meet him this Friday. So I look at him and I say, maybe I will. And I drive away with my hands perspiring on the steering wheel. You know, I really have nothing against my husband. I love my husband. You know, that needs to be understood. I mean, he's smart and loving, and, well, he always just puts up that toilet seat when he needs to. But Friday night, I'm here at this damn bar, trying to make it seem like I'm having a good time, when really I'm just looking for Mr. Hottie. Only I don't see him. And I feel like a fool. Just as I'm about to leave, okay, I'll just give it 5 more minutes. He walks in and, well, he winks at me. The bar is quiet and low lit and has this band playing oldies, and we talk and we dance, and he puts his hand on my waist. which has mainly been used for apron strings, and baby's monkey legs, and my husband's arms. But I'm trying not to think about that. Because I am trying not to mention that me and Mr. Gorgeous both have on wedding rings, which we do, and we are not kidding ourselves that this is simply just an exercise of visibility. Because, well, it seems to me that after you turn 40, well, you become invisible. No. You're still there, and people, they still see you, but they don't really see you. They see this person whose daughter is already an adult and who is supposed to keep everything together, someone who couldn't possibly have doubts or desires or unfulfilled longings, a person who is still and improbably a person. I take a good look at Mr. Still Has It, and I flirt. And he flirts back, and it feels really good. So he takes my hand and we dance. And then I begin to think how strange it is to be in the arms of someone else. A different man. A man who is a bit taller and bulkier than my husband, with different eyes and different lips and a different voice, and it feels really weird. And it feels even weirder when he kisses me, which he does. Right here in the middle of this dance floor, and here he is, his lips on mine, and it feels different. It has this different taste, this different style, and more than that, I am really here doing this thing. And then I begin to shake. You know, like a goddamn tuning fork. And he probably thinks that he's such a good kisser that he's about to make me orgasm, when really I am just about 3 counties away from any kind of orgasm. I am shaking in fear because I'm thinking a lot more than just about kissing, and it scares the hell out of me. He gives me this comforting kind of smile. And he leads me back to our table, and he looks at me. And you know, I'm thinking, yes, please, look at me. I am not ready to be old, to leave all of my fun behind me. I want to shimmy when I walk or dance when I shake. I want a man to look at me and get this little yee-haw of his own. And then I begin to think that maybe this is why people cheat in the first place. To get this warm look from somebody else's eyes. Or to remember who they are, and not who everybody thinks they are, and perhaps a little bit, well, who they know they are. Well, I take one last look at him. And I reach across the table and I grab his hand. And without saying anything, I tell him that I still think he's pretty sexy, but I'm not going to do a thing. Because out of everything that I wanted to do in my life, this one wasn't on the list. You know, sometimes a wink is just a nervous tick. And those muscles will just keep on twitching until something can come and smooth it all out. Like an old record. The way things should be. The way that music plays best.